We have two microphone passers around here on the left and on the right. So with a question, if you would, please raise your hand and we'll get the microphones over to you. And then we'll go from there, and I'll try to point it around the room a little bit. And if you would, please state your name and affiliation so everyone can hear it on the stream as well. So we'll go ahead and begin with Butler head coach Chris Holtmann and an opening statement.
Well, it's certainly great to be here, and it's an exciting opportunity for our guys. We're obviously playing an outstanding team and an outstanding program in North Carolina, incredibly well-coached team, and we're excited about what that challenge is, and hopefully we can finish up here in the last day with great preparation.
Right there in the middle.
Zach Braziller, New York Post. What has Andrew meant to you guys this year, and just what's tomorrow's challenge for him? Obviously a great opportunity for him against some of the best big men in the country.
Yeah, we played through him a lot, Zach, and I think his ability to make decisions at his position, to play through him, to be a little bit of a mismatch. He is undersized. He'll be undersized tomorrow, but he really makes up for it in his skill, his intelligence, his savvy, and his understanding of how to play, and more than anything, his competitiveness.
Right here in the front.
So David Woods from the Indianapolis Star. Chris, this is somewhat similar. Tyler Weidman is somewhat undersized for a center. I guess what do you hope that he can deliver for you, and what has he maybe surprised you with what he has delivered so far this season?
I think Tyler's best when he's playing with great motor, and when he doesn't, when he can really struggle, and his motor is going to be challenged tomorrow because of how intentional they are about playing through the post. He's going to have to really defend. We're going to have to defend the post great together. But I've always said about Tyler's very bright. He really understands playing to win. And not everybody does. And he's a tough kid. He wants Butler to win. And I've been really pleased with his gradual progress as a player.
Over here on
Coach,
the right.
right here. Jarvis Greer, WMC Memphis. Welcome to Memphis, first of all. You have a former Memphis Tiger on your team, and Avery Woodson. Tell us what it was like him transitioning into your program and what he's meant to your team.
I know he had a big smile on his face when he got off the bus. And arrived here, had a huge smile on his face. He loves being back here. He is a terrific kid. He's an adult. He's a terrific young man, and he's been so important for our team. When we recruited Avery, I've said this story multiple times, that we recruited him and called him, and he didn't answer. He texted back, said, "I'm fishing. I can't answer. I'll call you back when I'm done fishing." And he said, I want to play on a team that's going to play in the NCAA tournament. You guys have done that the last 2 years. You have a history of that. And I said, well, if you believe what people are writing, we may not get there this year. And I said, we may not, but you would certainly help that cause of getting back to the tournament. I said, I can't make you any promises, but you would help. And it was a condensed recruiting period, but a very intense recruitment for a fifth-year young man. It was a lot of time and effort, and he's been such a great addition.
Chris, Kent Spencer, WHAS 11 in Louisville, Kentucky. Could you just describe in words what Keelan Martin means to your program?
He's been, he's had an incredible last stretch here. He was obviously an all-conference player in the Big East. He's had an impact really from day one, from the moment he arrived on campus, with his ability to score the ball at a really high level. And, I've said he's gifted in that area. He can just really score the ball. We've really challenged him to grow other aspects of his game. He's coming along in those areas, and I've been really pleased with his approach in wanting to improve in those areas. But he's always been able to score the ball and rebound at a pretty high level. And, he had 4 assists and 0 turnovers in the Middle Tennessee game, not to mention a really efficient stat line, and defended pretty well. It was an outstanding effort, and he's been very good for us in the tournament.
Chris, I know your focus is on basketball, but it was confirmed that the vice president will be here to cheer you on Friday. What background does Mr. Pence have? I know his wife went to Butler, but just background over the past few years there with your program?
Yeah, I believe he came to a game maybe a year or so ago. Obviously, his wife has 2 degrees from Butler. So, and they lived, right around Butler. So anytime you have an elected official come to a game and support your program, you're excited about that. We welcome Vice President Pence at our game.
Hey, Chris. Zach Kiefer, Indianapolis Star. If you go back to when you hopped on the Butler coaching staff 4 years ago and you think about to now, about to play in the Sweet 16, what have you learned about Butler that you didn't know before you came here?
I think I knew it was a resilient program, but I think I've learned that even more now, Zach. And I think I've learned how incredible this community of Butler basketball is. Those that know us know that we went through some tough stretches there that have followed our program. We, in 2012, when, we had some early NBA entrants in Gordon Hayward and Shelvin Mack that left, and we didn't get to the NCAA tournament in 2012. And then we didn't get to the NCAA tournament in 2014, our first year in the Big East, and had a losing season for the first time in, I think, 10 to 12 years. And there were a number of people who were questioning, was the move to the Big East a good one? Was it the right one? Was it timely? As we went into our interim situation in 2015, we weren't expected to be in the tournament that year. So people were saying 3 out of the last 4 years haven't been to the tournament. So there were some really tough moments, and I think what came out of that was a reminder to me that the core values and core principles that have helped Butler achieve success, that my athletic director, Barry Collier, 20, 25 years ago, began to implement, have allowed us to be resilient and tough and come out of some tough stretches.
And then secondly, of your win over Middle Tennessee last week, you said it burned you up when you heard about some commentators saying that Butler had no chance to win. I'm expecting a lot of people to say the same thing going in tomorrow. To that, you would say what?
Wait and see. Wait and see. And I think with that particular moment, you didn't have to look hard for us in that, people ask, where did you see that? You didn't have to look hard for see people picking middle over us. And it did bother me because I felt like in a lot of ways our players weren't getting the credit they deserve. We're playing a number 1 seed who can easily win a national championship, who has a Hall of Fame coach and a terrific program. They are elite in everything they do. We are going to have to play very, very well to have a chance to win this thing. And we're going to try to, as we've done, stay in the moment as much as possible. I can't tell you how much I respect the way Coach Williams coaches and the way his program, look at his resume. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable, his resume. I think between he and I, we have 8 Final Fours, 2 national championships, about 15 Sweet 16s, and a ton of conference championships and over 900 wins. So somebody's going to be really calm come opening tip, and somebody's going to be really nervous. I'll let you figure that out.
Down here in the front, and that's probably the last one.
Myron Mackey of ESPN. Chris, obviously it's a 40-minute game, but how important is it for your team to really match their physicality and their aggression, especially in the paint, in the first 10 minutes or so of that game?
Yeah, it's important, Myron. I think it's really important. That's what they do. They're bread and butter. I've said they're almost like the old Lombardi Green Bay Packers, that play they used to run where they said, hey, here's what it is, come stop us. And that's really, I think they do what they do, and they do it in such an exceptional way, and they say, come stop us. And it's a lot easier said than done. We're going to have to be really physical. We're going to have to be really smart in how we play. because they're a tough-minded group, and they're really intentional about the way they want to play. You know, some teams will deviate from how they don't. You know, they come at you in transition, they come at you through the post, they come at you on the glass, and they say, come stop us.
Coach, thank you very much, and we'll go ahead and continue next with the Butler student athletes.
Okay, thank you.
All good, guys? Yep. Okay, everyone, we're happy to be joined by Butler student athletes Andrew Schrabis, Avery Woodson, and Keelan Martin. And again, just raise your hand if you would and grab a microphone and state your name and affiliation, and we'll go ahead and open to questions. Right there in the back.
Zach Brazil, New York Post. Andrew, what do you, for you personally, you're going to go up against two of the best big men in the country, guys who are highly rated, kind of very different from you. How much are you looking forward to this challenge, and what kind of problems do you think you present to their bigs?
So yeah, no, we have a lot of respect for their big men and UNC altogether. We know they're a very, very tough team. Big thing we have to do with them is keep them off the glass, limit their easy opportunities in transition, and just anything close to the basket. And then offensively, I mean, we just have to space them out as much as possible, keep them moving. I mean, the big thing right now is making sure they're just not standing in the paint waiting for help side D. So yeah, no, we have a great game plan going in, so we're just ready for the challenge.
Hey, Andrew. Zach for Indy Star. Over here to your right. Go back to your committal to Butler 4 years ago. I mean, at the end of the day, this is why you committed, right? To playing games like this. Did you ever worry that that wouldn't happen?
Honestly, no, because when I was getting recruited here, I knew the tradition they had of playing in this time of the year. We were close the past 2 years, a couple possessions here and there, and then we're in this weekend again. But no, I'm very excited to be here and up for the challenge come Friday.
Over here on the left now, guys.
Fred Calgill with WLKY-TV, the CBS affiliate in Louisville for Keelan. Keelan, talk about your season a little bit. You've obviously had tremendous success, and this magical run, is it all you dreamed of? And were you overlooked by Louisville and Kentucky, or how did that fit into the whole recruiting thing?
I was never looked at by Louisville and Kentucky. You know, Butler came in the mix around my junior year, and it just felt like home when I came on a visit. And this is why I came here, for these type of moments. Like Andrew said, you know, I haven't reached the Sweet 16 since I've been here, and you know, it's an incredible feeling. But we can't get satisfied with it now. We want to keep succeeding.
We'll go middle first, and then over here on the right.
It was Tri-State defender. Avery, how does it feel to be back at home in the FedEx Forum?
It feels great, but at the end of the day, we're here to take care of business.
Over here on the right now, guys.
Avery, again, Peter Fleischer, Fox 13 Memphis. Good to see you back in town.
Good to see you.
What was it like for you going through the decision-making to leave Memphis? And obviously, here in the Sweet 16, you've had a great season. Is it fair to say that you made the right decision for yourself?
Any decision I make, is a decision I wanted to make, and I always feel like, I make the right decisions because I pray on it. And leaving Memphis wasn't an easy thing to do. I have a lot of love for this city and the people in it, and any decision I make, I know I'm backed by God, so I don't really worry about it.
Over here on the right, guys.
Andrew, Jeffrey Wright from WMFS. When you look at North Carolina, so much of their success is predicated on success on the offensive glass. For you personally, how do you go about addressing that challenge?
Try to make, like I said, try to make it as difficult as possible for them to get the rebounds. I mean, a lot of their offense, the bigs are just floating around the basket. So just having early contact with them and just making sure the guards are going to be huge this game for rebounding. Like I said, Hicks and Meeks, I mean, just making sure they're not getting as many of them, just doing whatever it takes, being very physical with them. That's going to be huge for us. And like I said, the guards stepping up and getting some rebounds will be big time.
Far left over here.
Ken Spencer, WHAS 11 in Louisville, Kentucky. This question's for Keelan. From Ballard High School to now, how much have you grown as a person and as a player?
A lot. Coming in college, all I thought about was just myself. Just scoring, and then I kind of realized that this is a team thing, and without your team, you can't go far. But this year's been successful for our team. We had a bunch of ups and downs in conference play, but we overcame those and then just stuck together. And now we're here together in this thing, and we're here to finish it off.
Back middle over here, and then we'll go to Jarvis.
Zach Brazil, New York Post. Andrew, downstairs I asked you a little bit about your relationship with Chris Herron. You said he helped you a lot off the court. How did he help you off the court?
I mean, everyone knows his story. I'm not saying that I had any issues with that, but just making sure, avoiding that type of stuff. His family's been tremendous for me. Just if I ever had just a night where I'm not doing anything, he would just have me over and I just hang out with his family. So just keeping me on the straight and narrow, making sure I stayed focused on my ultimate goal of playing in Division I basketball. And like I said, he's been a tremendous helper in my entire life.
Over here on the right, guys.
Hey, Avery Jarvis Greer, WMC Memphis. How you doing?
All right.
Hey, good. Listen, when Coach Holtzman said he put out the call to recruit you, you said, hey, look, I'm fishing right now. Tell me a little bit about that, and then can you compare a little bit and contrast what it's like for you at Butler now to your time at Memphis?
Yeah, when they first called me, I was actually fishing with one of my friends that live here in Memphis, and I looked at the phone and it had a 317 area code that said Indianapolis, Indiana, and I thought about it. I was like, well, that could be Butler, but I was fishing, so obviously I'm not going to answer the phone. But the process went well. When I finally got in contact with him, I got a chance to visit in jail with the team and the coaches, and I felt like that was the right decision to make. And everybody keeps wanting me to contrast and compare Butler and Memphis, but I can't. It's like eating barbecue and comparing barbecue and Olive Garden. You can't do it. It's two totally different things.
Anything else for these guys today? Okay, gentlemen, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yep. And we'll continue up next with the North Carolina student athletes in a few minutes.